What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Mello with Marty's Buick GMC and Chevrolet, and in today's video, we'll be discussing a new GMC Acadia GT Twin Turbo. Oh yeah, and asking, of course, the question for this series, would you buy one? Is that even a question? If you're new to the channel or maybe you're just coming back for more, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I upload fresh General Motors related news and content every single week, so if that's something that you're into, be sure to tune in. Now let's get into it. All right, so it's been a long time since GM gave us any real performance-oriented SUV. In fact, I think the last time that we got one was with the Trailblazer SS, and that was announced back for the 2006 model year. And after introduction, I think we only really got 3 years out of that thing because the 2009 model year, if I remember correctly, only sold about 610, 612 units or so. So unfortunately for me, I think that the Trailblazer SS may just have come out a little bit too soon. Because in the past couple of years, it seems manufacturers have finally started to put a focus on the performance SUV arena. For instance, just for argument's sake, right here we have the 6th generation Ford Explorer, which is now offered in a high-performance ST trim, which delivers 400 horsepower out of its 3-liter twin-turbo V6. It also gets a more sport-tuned suspension, we get 21-inch wheels, quad exhaust, and although I haven't dug real deep, it does appear that the platform also has a fair amount of aftermarket support. I actually stumbled upon this article last week. Perhaps some of you have seen it if you're, a more enthusiast. And it was discussing a modified Explorer ST that was laying down just over 650 horsepower at the wheel. Pretty impressive stuff. Now, in addition to the Explorer ST, we also have the Durango SRT, and that's a 475 horsepower SUV, which is powered by a 6.4-liter V8 with a third row because, after all, if it's your weekend to bring the kids to their baseball game, you want to make sure not only do you get them there, but you get them there on time. It's important. Dads unite. Now, before someone in the comments goes, well, what about the Trackhawk, and what about the Durango Hellcat? Valid mentions, yes, but not where I think the Acadia GT would compete. However, the existence of those two vehicles does further prove my point that there's plenty of want or demand in the market, in my opinion, when it comes to a performance-oriented SUV. At least for now, until, gas hits $10 a gallon and we're back to using like horse and buggies again, but we can just pretend that's not happening. So thinking about all this, what move could GM make that I believe would make a lot of sense? Let's take a look at this right here. This that we're looking at now is the GMC Acadia GT Twin Turbo, which is a vision from a digital artist on Instagram known as CZR1. And this artist actually started off with the off-road trim, the Acadia AT4, and with just a few simple tweaks, he morphed it into what I would consider to be a perfect performance-oriented SUV that GM could put on dealer lots tomorrow without any concern of an inability to sell them, gas prices or not. Now, I think the first thing that most people will notice on the GT are the wheels, because they're pulled right from the track-focused Camaro 1LE, which was a perfect choice, and they look incredible on the Acadia. They might even look better on the Acadia than they do on the Camaro. Maybe? Okay, maybe not. But still, they look right at home on that Acadia GT. It definitely looks like a factory production vehicle, in my opinion. We've also got a fully blacked out mesh grille instead of that black chrome with horizontal slats that we've come accustomed to with the AT4 trim, as well as blacked out headlamp housings, which make that signature LED day running light just pop out that much more. It also appears that we have a functional hood scoop as well as restyled fog light bezels that could work as functional vents for more optimal brake cooling. And we've got red GT badges on the doors that match up perfectly with the red Brembo brake calipers. And then, of course, tying the whole look together, at least in my opinion, is the two-tone paint job. You've got that blacked out upper section, kind of like that tuxedo look, and then the blacked out lower section. Do the world a favor and mix in some unique paint options like we're looking at right now, and I think we've got a serious contender in the performance SUV space. Something from General Motors that a lot of people have been asking for and waiting for. We already know that they're coming out with the Blazer SS in EV form. Give us a little something, something. Give us a one last hoorah with the gas engines, Now, speaking of gas engines, one thing we have not mentioned yet is a power plant for this thing. And if we zoom in a touch right here, you can see we've got a twin turbo badge on the fender. So I think it would make the most sense to me that underneath the hood, we'd get the 3.6-liter twin turbo V6 out of the CT4V Blackwing, which puts out 472 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, I think that will work out just fine. at least for me. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And of course, answer the question for the series, would you buy one? Or maybe you're more in line with the big brother, the Chevy Tahoe SS that we talked about in an earlier video. I don't think we could really lose on either one. At any rate, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you made it this far in the video, if you could do me a huge favor and just smash that like button, it keeps the YouTube algorithm gods happy. And as we all know, that's very important nowadays. Subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to check out my friends over at gmpartsdepartment.com for all your GM OEM parts needs. And I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks again, and take care.